So one approach I would take if I were to be a psychotherapist that we've discussed in this unit would be relational psychoanalysis. And I would choose this relational psychoanalysis approach because it focuses on the self, which is stemmed out of the Freudian psychoanalytic therapy, from really changing like what aspect was really focused upon. So Freudian psychoanalytic therapy really focused on like the ego and the superego as like factors attributing to that, and then Heinz Kohut's relational psychoanalysis really focused on the self instead. So he really broadened the scope of study when we're talking about the psychoanalytic therapy and psychoanalysis. He broadened the scope from being just about social development, and really focused on individual development as well. So not just how society shapes a person, but how the individual was shaped as well. Additionally, he also believed that a really big part of the psychoanalytic therapy portion was really critical on the behavior of the analysis themselves. So in this case, he thought that empathy and empathic analysis was really critical to the process of understanding what the patient was, what the concern of the patient would be. So using that approach, if a patient came into the office with a concern, you listen with empathy, like Heinz Kohut really thought was critical. And then as they're speaking, you could listen for individual developments that maybe led to this concern, instead of looking at it from a societal developmental perspective. So let's tie that into a fate versus free will conversation. So I guess that really does depend on your individual development in your personality type. If you're a go-getter, and that's your like individual personality type, then I would probably say that you probably believe in there is no fate and it's all about free will. You get what you work for. And that's not to say that people who aren't hard workers don't think that's what you get. Whatever you work is what you get for. However, you could think no matter what you do, it's just up to fate, whatever happens. So I would probably say, you could also have a little bit of both, free will with your fate. Like you could believe that there's a fate out there for you, and you have to use your free will to understand how to get it, whether or not you use your free will to get or to not get it, then it is your fate either way. Or you could think that you could have multiple fates, and how you spend your free will is determines which of those fates that you receive in the future.